Hello friends and welcome to Android for Dev channel. Today I am going to show you how you can display list of data in the grid using the Recycler View and Grid Layout Manager in Android. If you want to display data in grid in Android, then you can use Grid Layout Manager. So let's see what is actually the Grid Layout Manager. So Grid Layout Manager is a part of a RecyclerView.LayoutManager. Okay, so for displaying data in grid like photo gallery, or if you are using the Pinterest app, you can see that the data is in the grid. So for that kind of result, you can use Grid Layout Manager. Okay, so without wasting time, let's get started from Android Studio with Android Studio. First of all, you have to include dependency in build.gridle in at the module level of build.gridle. Okay, so let's go to the build.gridle, and here you can see I have already added recycler view dependency here. Okay, so first add dependency in build.gridle. Then the second step is to create a list item grid movie. Okay, so what we will do is we will just create a new layout. So click on a layout, new XML layout resources. Now list underscore grid underscore item. Now just click OK. Now let's start implementation. The height will be wrap content. Why the height will be wrap content? If you don't know, then please check my previous video. I will put the link in the description. Okay, now we want result something like, we want layout something like this. So I'm going to implement the same layout which I have used in my blog. Okay, so image view, compact image view, and this will be the match parent. The height will be specific to 150 dp. Okay, now okay, now the scale type of the image will be fitxy. Source to display is drawable. 3 movie. Okay, now the constraint will be start parent and of the end parent. You can use any layout here. It is not compulsory to use constraint layout. Okay, this is still giving me the error that so for this you can use top for the top parent. Now just let's give the name to this image movie. Now let's create a title of the movie. We want to display the title of the movie like this. So text view, wrap content. The text color will be Android color black. Text size will be 20 sp, and this will be the start parent and top bottom of image movies. Right. And now if you want to just temporarily show some text and check that this is a perfect or not, then you can use tools text instead of text. Okay, and here will be Iron Man. You can see it is displaying here, but when you run the app, this will be blank. This is just for developers, this tools. Now let's move to another text view for the views, for this views. Okay, and let's give the name to this text movie title. Now the name of the views, wrap content, text color will be Android, color black, text size will be 14 sp now, and the start will be parent, top, bottom of text movie title. Okay, and now the id, text, and movie views. Okay, now let's create a release date text view. Let's copy and paste here. For top bottom of movies views, movie release date. Okay, so this is done. Now we have one layout file here. We can copy this and paste here for check that this is perfect or no. Okay, 200 views. It is so displaying now. Now again, date will be 23rd May. Okay, so this layout file is now ready. This layout file is for all the single cell of the recycler view. Okay, now let's create one view holder. You can follow this blog also. Now let's create a view holder. And how you can do this, just click to the adapter class. These are all the packages. If you want to create, you can create something like this for new package. If you don't want to create any package, then you can follow this. I am using the same previous project in which I have explained linear layout manager with RecyclerView. If you don't know regarding the linear layout manager, then please check that video also. I will put the link in the description. Now create one class called movie grid view holder. Okay, this will be our class now. Now I extend recycler view dot view holder. Okay, now let's create item view dot view and pass the item view here. You can give any name here. This view is a single cell reference, right? This single cell reference. Okay, this view contain the single cell reference, and we are passing that reference to the recycler view holder. So hope you are understanding this. If you don't, then please let me know. Now what we are going to do is we are going to just create a binding method, one function bind view, and here we are going to use movie model which we have created in the last project. This is our movie model. This is a data class, or you can say Pojo or a model class, right? So we are going to use this one. Then item view dot, this name we are going to use movie title, the text is equal to movie model dot movie title. Okay, now for displaying images, what we will use is glide. We have already added the dependency of glide here. I will put the glide dependencies GitHub link in the description also, so you can check from that. The glide is used to display images in Android. I have explained what is glide in my previous video, so you can check my previous video for this also. Okay, so now we will use the glide to display our images. Glide with a reference of context, item view dot context dot load movie model dot, okay, movie picture, right? Now dot into this image view. Okay, so item view dot image movies. This is done. So we have loaded a title, image, and now we are going to load release. First of all, we will load the views. So item view dot text movies view, okay, dot text is equal to views em movie model dot movies views. Yes, so we are done now. Let's move with it now. The movie's date text movies release date dot text is equal to movie model dot release date. We are done. So we have now created a layout file, the view holder, to display data in the layout file or to passing the data into the layout file. Okay, now we will create one adapter which will hold this view holder and data also. So let's create one adapter now. Class, so movie grid adapter. Okay, now use RecyclerView.adapter RecyclerView.view holder. Okay, why I wrote this? This is a recycler adapter is a class of RecyclerView, and as you can see, we need to pass the view holder here. Okay, so that's why I will pass the recycler.view holder. Now these are the method which is compulsory whenever we extend RecyclerView.adapter. Okay, so we need to implement this. We have implemented this now. Now let's create a one array which will hold our all the data. List of where list of movies is equal to list of movie model. Okay, now this array holds our all the data which we want to display in the grid, recycler grid, right? So now we will return first item counts, that how many items this list is containing. So list of movies dot size, and just return, because this require integer, so that's why we need to do size, and we are just returning it. The return type is integer. Now we will create a view holder. This view holder is the single item view holder. This method will create every single view holder for these items which we are going to display in the grid. All these things I have explained in my previous video, so you can check my previous video also. Return and the view holder name. Okay, now the layout inflator class is used to inflate any layout. Okay, so now context is parent dot context. Always use parent dot context in the adapter of a recycler view. What many programmers do is they just do like context here and then use this context here, but this is not a good way. This is a very bad way, so don't do like this. Now dot inflate dot layout dot list grid items. So these are the grid items. Now parent and false. So what this class want actually, it requires that view group where I have passed a parent, okay, and attached to root. We don't want to set this to the root, that's why I have passed false. And the first one was integer resource. So for this we have created for this view holder we have created this layout file. That's why I'll pass this layout file here in inflator class. Now we are done. Now let's go to the BindView holder. Now holder as movie grid layout holder. Now what we have to do is we have to bind our data which is in the list of movies with the layout file. So what we will call is BindView. You can give any name to this function. It is not compulsory to give the BindView. Okay, now the list of movies, the list of movies position. Okay, so we are passing this all the single data to this view holder, and it will display all the single values into the item. So we have the 20 data for all the different films or movie. Then this will show the 20 items, the grid, and we are passing data for every single item, every single cell of a grid. Data for every single cell. Okay, so we are done here now. Now let's move to the activity, recycle grid activity. This will be your main activity or anything. It is up to you what name you want to give. This should might be this is app compat activity in your project, but what I did is I always like to use base class with open app compat activity. If you don't know what is open class, what is base activity, why I have created this, you can use my previous video, or I have a Kotlin series on my YouTube project, so you can check all the Kotlin series, that what is the open class, what is abstract class, and what are the classes in the Kotlin. I have explained all the things in that. Now let's move to the recycler grid activity. So let's first create a function. You need view. You can create any function. This is completely up to you. You can give any name, but this is what I prefer to do for the clear code and for the good readability, so people can reuse this, right? And now we have to first see the layout file of this. Now just add recycler view, this one, not this one, not a recycler list, but recycler view with the match parent. Okay, so we have now recycler view in our layout file. Now just give the name at recycler movies. Okay, so this will be the name of our recycler view. So let's move to the activity now. Now first of all, we define layout manager to our recycler view. Recycler view movies dot layout manager is equal to grid layout manager. If you have seen my previous video, that you have noticed that I have used linear layout manager in that video, but in this video I'm using grid layout manager. Okay, here you can display how many column you want here. So I want a 2, so I have added 2 span counts. Now let's move to the next part. Okay, this is very important. If you forget to add a layout manager, then it will display nothing in the screen. I have shown all these things. I have shown that what mistake a developer do in my previous video. So I insist you should check my previous video also. Now let's make one object of adapter class, movie list adapter is equal to, that is the class name, movie grid adapters. Okay, so movie grid adapter. Okay, so now give adapter recycler adapter, assign our adapter class to the recycler view adapter. Now what we will do is, now just here we need to just pass the list this will be not a private because we need to pass some data here. So we need to just pass some list here. For that we will create some dummy data here. I'm going to pick up the dummy data class which we have created, dummy data function which we have created in the previous project. This will create a dummy data for us, and just using this same method. Okay, yes, so I'm using the same method. So now movie list adapter dot list of movies is equal to generate dummy data. So this will generate all the dummy data and pass here in the adapter. Always remember, the list should be filled before you give the reference of our adapter to the RecyclerView adapter. This is very important. If you don't do this, then it will display nothing on the mobile screen. Okay, and if by mistake you do this here, then you have to do our data change. But this is not a proper way, because we are already passing the adapter class with the RecyclerView in the initial implementation, and then again we will notify whole adapter, and this is not a good way. Notifying adapter is to recreate or notify that there is some change in the layout file or data, so please regenerate. So it will regenerate whole list. Okay, so we are done with this now. So let's run and check. Okay, so we are done. We have now a list of movies in a grid, as you can see. But the issue is this is completely stick with each other. So what we want some space between them. So what many developer is doing, they just in the layout file of every single item, they just do like margin star 10 MB 10 dp margin, and this is not a correct way. This will create a lots of issue, or you can say this will create a performance issues. And so I don't recommend this way. Instead of this, we have to create one item decorator class. And again, I have explained item decorator in the previous video, so please check that out. So I have already created item decorator class for you, and it is on my GitHub repo. I will put this link in the description. This whole recycler project will be on the GitHub, so you can check from that also. Okay, so I'm just going to pick this whole class. I'm not going to redo this all code again, of course. So just create one more class. Now just copy and paste from here, and this is completely open source. You can use this one in your project also. Okay, so we have now grid item decoration. We're going to use this one here. So before adapter, that RecyclerView movies dot item decorator. Okay, add item decoration, grid item decoration. So what we need to pass here, first of all, spacing. How much space we want between this data and this data, and what will be the grid size, which we already mentioned 2 here. So let's use the space of 10 first and check the result. I will just run the app and it's done. So as you can see, it gives equal space to all the items, right? So this will be the very nice in the look, and all the major projects use same concept, so you can use the same thing in your project also. So this is what I want to explain you in this video. If you have any doubt, then please put in the comment box, and if you like this video, then please subscribe to my channel. You can share this video with your friends and colleagues so they can also learn about this. And thank you for watching this. We will meet next time. Thank you, friends.